We are in April. How exciting. I'm very excited for one. I don't know about you guys, but I'm actually really glad that March is over because March is just such a peculiar time in the year. It's like that point between winter where it's just really grey, really miserable, and what's coming next. You're not in either phase. So it's that weird middle ground where one day it might be snowing, it's freezing, you can barely get out of bed. And the next day, you've got glorious sunshine. I swear, 2 weeks ago, I was actually in the garden in a tank top. Yes, in a tank top. Bonkers, considering now we're in April and I'm back out in a jumper. So, yeah, glad March is over. Really happy that we're now in April. The temperatures are starting to pick up, it's starting to get warmer. We can get out, we can think about direct sowing. This is actually my first year growing in this space, in this greenhouse. We only got this in the summer of last year. So when March came, I was in here on the first day thinking, right, what can I sow? Because let me tell you, I sowed everything. I was just so excited to not have to grow on the windowsill all the time and just have a place that's for me, a little sanctuary where I can come, put my music on, sow my seeds, just enjoy my time. So that did mean that I sowed lots of things too early. It did mean that I lost a lot as well, but it's okay. I still have loads growing here. I'll quickly show you. Got lupins. These lupins, I actually took the seed from my lupins last year, so they are fully homegrown. I've got tomatoes, I've got some stalks. I also have some yarrow, some poppies, some marigolds, some sunflowers and corn. I have taken a lot indoors as well, like these tomatoes. I am very excited for these tomatoes because these are the first tomatoes I've grown from a company called Tomato Revolution that sell really interesting tomatoes. I think this is an heirloom variety, but I've got 3 different varieties now where they create these huge yellow and red tomatoes, and I got the 3 that they recommended for flavour, so I'll be back to let you know how I get on with these. But like I said, there's lots indoors. This is just what we have in the greenhouse. And I'm also planning on sowing more this month and also getting out to direct sow as well. We've also been really busy just building actual structures like our raised beds and our raised bed covers. I have actually filmed a video on how to build raised beds and how to build their covers as well. So if you are interested to know how to do all of that, then go and have a look at my other videos and some of my shorts as well, because it's all in there. But let's get on to the good stuff. Let's talk about what we're going to be sowing in April, both in the greenhouse and directly outside. So let's first talk about what I'm going to be direct sowing. And I'll split this up between veg and flowers. We've got 3 of each. So this first flower, I'm actually really excited about this because I've never grown this before. It is a poppy, but it's a peony variety. So it looks like a peony, but it's actually a poppy. Because it's a poppy, it is a hardy annual, so this isn't going to come back next year like how a peony does, but they are stunning and I'm so excited to grow this. The next one is still a flower, but it's a flower that I'm going to be using in the kitchen, and that is calendula. Calendula is also known as the poor man's saffron because you can use it in the same way that you use saffron to colour things like rice. And you can also put it in salads as well, just to make your salad look extra pretty. Just something to elevate your salads, especially if you've got lots of garden parties, dinner parties in the summer, because this is going to make you look pretty fancy. And the next one is one of my favourites because it's a great companion plant. And you can also use the leaves because the leaves do taste like cucumber. So really great for things like cold infusions. Having this in a nice cold drink, just chef's kiss. And that is borage. I will be direct sowing this next to my crops because, like I said, it's a really great companion plant. It attracts pollinators. So I will be popping this next to crops that attract aphids. Hopefully the pollinators will just gobble them up. The next 2 that I'm going to be direct sowing are all veg. So the first one is this round variety of courgette. I grew this last year for the first time and absolutely love this. You can harvest the courgettes when they're small, when they're young. They taste lovely. I personally waited till they were a bit bigger just so that I could get a little bit more out of them. And even my husband, who doesn't really like courgettes, really enjoyed these. I added them in so many different dishes. I just popped these in the ground, left them, forgot about them, and then a couple of months later, I had courgettes, so you can't get easier than that. Next one I've not grown before. I have grown a different variety. That is purple kale. I have just grown the normal variety before and it came out pretty well, well, the ones that didn't get savaged by the pest. But I saw the purple variety in a shop last year and thought it looked absolutely stunning. So even if I don't eat it, I think I'm just going to grow this as an ornamental crop because it did look beautiful. And the last one that I'm going to be direct sowing is golden beetroot. If you've tried golden beetroot before, please let me know how it tastes. The back of this package says that it doesn't have the typical earthy taste of regular beetroot. It doesn't say what the taste actually is, but I am curious to know if it doesn't have an earthy taste, what it's actually like. And this will be going in our brand new raised beds. Okay, let's go through the ones that I'm going to be sowing in the greenhouse. And I decided to grow these in the greenhouse because I do want a little bit more protection. I do want to guarantee germination on these, so I'm not going to direct sow them. I'm going to pop them in modules and hopefully see some really good germination with these. The first is my favourite cottage garden flower. I love these and I have so many of these in our garden because they are drought tolerant. Our garden is very exposed to sun. A lot of the things that we put in there will just be completely scorched by the sun, whereas these do not get scorched. So I will be growing 2 different varieties of salvia. The first variety, I actually don't know what they're called, but these are just the seeds from my own salvias that I have in the garden. Like I said, I just don't remember what I got and I haven't labelled them. They are quite chunky, so looking forward to seeing if they turn out the same as what we already have. But then the second type is more of a dainty and delicate type of salvia. This is salvia lilac. It doesn't have that deep blue purple colour like the ones I already have. This one is actually very pale, so it looks great in a cottage garden. The next one is a new one to me. I've not grown this before, but it is chamomile. Self-explanatory with this one. I really want to grow it so I can make my own chamomile tea. I love chamomile tea. It really does help just put me to sleep at night, helps me to relax, to just unwind. So I'll be popping this in the greenhouse, I'll be growing it on, and you can actually eat both the leaves and the flowers to this. So one that I'll definitely be using if, fingers crossed, it germinates. The only possible reason that it might not is these seeds are actually quite old. I've held on to these for a while. The next is cosmos. You can't have a garden and not have cosmos in it. But this variety is so cute. Just look at the flowers on them. It's called Double Click Snow Puff. Who comes up with these names? I don't know. But it's a double flower. It looks really fluffy. It just looks like these white pom-poms. The next, again, is another new one, and this is bunny tails. It's a form of grass, and I just think this will look so cute next to the salvias. They do genuinely look like bunny tails. And lastly, another one that we have tons of in the garden, but I've not grown this variety before, and this is Foxglove Cafe Creme. Cafe Creme is really unique because 1, the flowers are a really unique bell shape, and 2, the colouring. The colouring really does resemble like a coffee, so it's brown, it's cream, it's got some really interesting dappled shades in there. The downside with foxgloves is that they are poisonous, so where we do have foxgloves, we make sure that the dog can't get to them, and also they are biennial, so I'm going to sow these this year. They will grow, but they're not going to flower this year. I will be seeing the flowers to these next year. So that is everything. It is going to be a busy month for me, and I'm sure it's going to be a busy month for you all as well. Do let me know in the comments what you're sowing this month. If you're sowing any similar to me, if you're sowing anything different, let me know how your greenhouses are going. And I will see you all very soon.